The purpose of the PM version is to control the excessive sweating. It's always in liquid form. It's not a deodorant. No, it's not even perfumed. It doesn't have a fragrance. It's in liquid form. And the main active ingredient is aluminum chloride at 12%. Now, there are other brands which may have a higher dosage of about 15%. As HAK, we constantly advise our clients, stick to 15%. If should you go higher, stick to 15%. 12% will give you the results that you're looking for. 15%, it's on the higher side. If you choose to go more than 15%, and I'm talking about aluminum chloride at 15%, that is so much. That is way too much. And the guys who are using a brand such as Drykla, and you know, in this country, in our country right now, the Drykla that is being sold in Kenya, it's not the original Drykla. It is not. Unfortunately, it's not. Back in, I think, 2015, 2016, somewhere thereof, they stopped producing. And maybe this is because of the massive counterfeits. That is my observation. It may not be real, but according to me, if you ask me, that is my observation. Because with the massive counterfeits, let us zero in here in Kenya. You can find the same Drykla in a pharmacy or a chemist near you at around 700 shillings. You go to another pharmacy, they sell it at 1,200, 1,500. Others are even selling it at 3,000. Now, depending on the location, depending on where the pharmacy is located, depending on the residency, of course, the cost will not be the same. There are a plethora of clients who have used Drykla, and when they reach out to HAK, the first thing is, or the first chief complaint. Chief complaint is when it's a term used even when you go to the hospital. The chief complaint is what brought you here. So their chief complaint when they reach out to HAK is, I've been using Drykla and it's not working for me. I was experiencing this burning sensation, a reaction, the itchiness, and I immediately stopped using the brand or the antiperspirant. And what is the active ingredient percentage? 20%. And what is the frequency of application? I apply every night. Let us talk about your underarms. Have they darkened? Yes. What do you expect? You're using an antiperspirant with the higher active ingredient percentage at 20%, aluminum chloride. That's like wishing the Undertaker on your underarms. You know that Undertaker bell? That is what you're doing to your underarms. The max you can go is 15%. Now you're using a product that has been, counterfeited. Don't know who's making them. And there are medical practitioners around the country who even make their own topical treatments and they even sell it to people. I'm not putting their business out on the line. However, it's imperative you understand what you're using. So for instance, if you're using a counterfeit Drykla that you bought somewhere around a pharmacy near you and it happens to affect you health-wise, who's going to be held accountable? Can you sue Drykla? Which Drykla are you going to sue? These are some of the questions that we tend to ask our clients over and over. You see, cheap is expensive. And when you're desperate, when you're desperate for a solution to a problem that you may be having or experiencing, when you switch up to, or you find yourself in a state of desperation, this is where people make the biggest mistakes. There are people who have gone for surgery because they are desperate. You're looking for a permanent solution. So even with some of these brands that most of you are requesting, and the keyword is I'm looking for a cheap product, I don't know where to advise you on cheap product, because I don't recommend and I don't suggest or even advise on cheap products. I don't, because at the back of my mind I know cheap is expensive. So why should I tell you to use something cheap that I know it's not going to help you at the end of the day?